Screen Rant is one of those typical YouTube channels that you come across that pumps out 2 to 3 videos a day talking about the latest and greatest things in the pop culture world, generally in terms of the nerd realm. Lately, they've come out with a ton of videos about Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home, and they just will not let up on the ridiculous theories that they come up with. According to them, and their video titles, which does not reflect very well to what they actually put in because of the clickbaitiness that they need to put into it. The Spider-Man Far From Home video will introduce Venom and Deadpool to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It will prove that there's not actually a multiverse, and it will introduce Green Goblin and the Sinister Six, among plenty of other things. They're not theories. These are just, hey, it's gonna do that. So you can just go ahead and take that to the bank. But once you click on the video, the ad plays and they've got you. You've already paid with your time with the ad revenue. They come across and say, yeah, maybe not. Chances are pretty slim. Actually, in one of them with Venom being introduced... No, Deadpool being introduced, they outright just said, yeah, it's probably not actually going to happen. Our bad, guys. No, it'll probably happen way later down the road.
Far From Home may be a little too soon to include the mercenary, as the official deal wasn't completed too long ago. The deal was on the table for a while. However, nothing is guaranteed until the deal is complete. The story for Far From Home would have already been created and signed off on. The only possibility is a rewrite and reshooting. But that would cost a fair amount of money and take up a lot of time. Disney may not see that as a good idea.
When the video is literally titled, Spider-Man Far From Home will introduce Deadpool to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's silly. But that clickbaitiness is something that you come across all the time. I've made some of my videos a little clickbaity, although I don't advertise anything that's not actually in the video. That being said, it's something that a lot of people do, so if I single out Screen Rant for something that a lot of similar channels do, then what kind of a person am I, really? What bothers me about them is a recent video about what they believe Hulk saw when he snapped his fingers. As most of you know, when Thanos snapped his fingers, it revealed to him Gamora as a young girl, and the Russo brothers confirmed that this is actually in the Soul world, or the Soul realm, that this took place in, and it is canon. And then they released a video titled What Iron Man Saw When He Snapped His Fingers, and it talked about the deleted scene that the Russo brothers decided to take out of the final cut of Avengers Endgame, where Tony Stark saw his daughter as an older woman and discussed how she's going to be all right and all that jazz. And I do believe that's also considered canon, so, that's all said, it's good, whatever. And then they released a video saying, what a Hulk see, because they're running out of material, but they're still trying to ride that Avengers train, even though it's about out of theaters. It's came out a while ago. They realized, oh man, we need to keep squeezing this thing out for everything that we can do, and our 25 list videos we're out of them, so what are we going to do now? So they decided, what a Hulk see, and they entered into the video and discussed for 6 minutes Hulk's backstory, because they need to buffer up the time because there's really nothing to it, but they gotta hit that 10-minute mark so that they can go ahead and get that extra ad put into the video, because once you hit 10 minutes, you're allowed to pump that thing full of ads. So they spend the first 6 minutes discussing, Hulk's backstory, because nobody knows that. Nobody knows about the Hulk standalone movie. Nobody knows about the Hulk being in the movies before Avengers Endgame and all that jazz. Then you get to that point, and then they do the big reveal of just oh, drumroll everybody, Black Widow. Yeah, he saw Black Widow. Who would have thought? So, yeah. And then they talk about, what they probably would have discussed, which was probably the highlight of the video, because some of it was actually kind of neat, heartwarming stuff. I'll give them that. And then after that, they realized we're still not at 10 minutes. They were only like 8.5 minutes. So they decided, oh man, we need to throw something else out there. Oh man. And before that, they also nodded to their previous video for the Iron Man one. Urge you to subscribe. Urge you to hit that bell.
Haven't watched that video yet? Aren't you subscribed to Screen Rant's YouTube channel?
I'll urge you to go see that video. All that jazz. And then they talk about how Iron Man saw his daughter. They bring that up right in the video. Here's actually the clip of that.
Just like Thanos, he ends up seeing his daughter Morgan.
And then a couple minutes later, they decide to go with, hey, maybe Betty Ross. Maybe he saw Betty Ross. You remember Betty Ross, right? She was from The Incredible Hulk, that standalone movie from Universal Studios. And she never really showed back up again. And then they say this.
Maybe, just maybe, Bruce doesn't only see Natasha, he sees Betty as well. Talk about a great way to bring full closure to his personal journey. Of course, this would only work if Betty had been killed by the Soul Stone, which she definitely wasn't.
Hold on. Now, I gotta go back to one little thing here.
Just like Thanos, he ends up seeing his daughter Morgan.
That doesn't make it... Yeah, they go on and say, yeah, Iron Man saw his daughter. You know where his daughter is? Oh, yeah. She's alive and well. Isn't that crazy? Remember how she's not in the Soul Realm or anything like that? And then not 3 minutes later, in the same video, they state, oh, but wait, the Hulk couldn't have seen Betty Ross because she's not trapped in the Soul Realm. That's not possible, guys. It's ridiculous. It is just... I don't understand. They contradict themselves in between videos occasionally. I think that's because they have multiple groups pumping out videos every single day. So you'll get one group that comes out with this video, and then another completely different group will release another video the same day, and they contradict themselves some. That's fine. That's understandable. It's completely different groups of people discussing videos and coming up with theories and everything like that. They should run that by each other a little bit, but who has the time when you're doing 3 videos a day, right, guys? So instead of that, though, this is more extreme because it's literally the same video. And they needed a pad for time because it had to hit that 10-minute mark, which is just so unbelievably silly. You don't need to hit 10 minutes. Most of my videos aren't 10 minutes. I don't give a crap about the ad revenue, and I understand. It's their job. They're pulling so many views for every single video. I think with a single video that they release, they beat the view count that I get in like 6 months. So they're making all right money doing it, but it's just so clickbaity and it's ridiculous. And the only thing that I would recommend from them is their pitch meeting. Their pitch meeting series is honestly fantastic. It's hilarious. I think that's a completely different guy that writes and records the entire thing. So I would definitely recommend that because they really do crack me up. But in terms of other sources, I'd go CBR. CBR is usually pretty good. They don't contradict themselves nearly as much, and they don't feel a need to just pump out low quality videos constantly and pointless lists, just the dumbest things. They come up with actual theories, things that matter, not just like, oh, hey guys, Deadpool's gonna be in Spider-Man Far From Home. How crazy is that? Go into the video. Hey, Deadpool, like, he'll probably show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe like 5 years down the road. You know, it's just, yeah, that's it. That's my rant. That's my rant about Screen Rant. Maybe that's why they put rant into their name, because they don't really rant about videos at all in their stuff. They're usually really calm in discussing ridiculous, dumb things. But man, I want to rant whenever I watch their nonsense. All right, that's it, guys. Bye.